And the problem with zooming in too far is, in order to see the comments, is that you can no longer see the go live button. It should be live now. Hello, everybody. Sorry that I missed the actual first Wednesday of the month that I normally do. But I had a work conference. I don't know if you heard that, but my dog just walked in and like laid down and did the loudest grumble. What a freaking drama queen. Like the older she gets, the more grumbly she gets. Probably pretty common with most dogs and people. So, but I'm going to go ahead and start saying hello to some people. I'm actually pretty bummed that I'm going today instead of last week because today I know that Will Henderson, is on Hello Again Whiskey Friends. So I totally get it. If people are over there watching that, I would definitely enjoy hanging out over there, and I'll have to watch the replay. So, but blame the conference. So I appreciate everybody hanging out. MC was here earlier. What's up, Team Winch? I know a lot of times she's got to catch the replay. No problem. Totally get it. Hello, Kilko. Live, Logan, Prosper. Are you all caught up on Picard? Well, I can remember if the new one comes out today or tomorrow because we also watch Mandalorian, which is so much more boring this season. Like, fight me. Especially like compared to Picard. But Picard is really good. If y'all don't know, you should. It's awesome. I have not seen this name in chat before, and it just comes up like this on StreamYard. I don't have YouTube up, so hand pink waving. I don't know why pink. Does it mean like the skin tone colors? I don't know. Team Winch, what's up, Vasco? Team Winner, that's right. Yes, I'm totally gonna mention that tonight. I'm pretty proud. Hello, Kitty Joe. I'm wondering if maybe you're my latest patron. You're entered in the giveaway tonight if you are the person I think you are. So if you are, I will try to just say that name if you actually win the giveaway tonight. So speaking of, there is a Patreon giveaway at the end of the stream. So, and I just saw, because I've been checking to see if Mash and Drum was going to post his link, because I like to post the next live streams links in my description. And I just saw he's not going live tonight. So I have a little wiggle room. I can go a little late if I want to, but do have to work tomorrow. And this is a hell of a flight. So what's up, Sugar Kitty? How's it going? Shimmy and a purr. So what's up, Doug? Taste and sensibility. Kilko, what'd you decide to have as a drink? I've actually been having some whiskey smashes lately. Pretty good. It's hit 71 here, and yet we're still in avalanche season, and the canyons are closed at least until tomorrow because of how bad the avalanches are. And the canyons meaning the roads that go through the canyons that get to the ski resorts and get to the mountains, and a lot of the trails are on. So it's a little bit nutty, like that it's 70 degrees out, but I'm still getting avalanche like warning updates. So what up, other Vasco? How's it going, buddy? I'm excited to see y'all at the end of May. Let me see here. Such a dog, right? Don Nishida, what's up, buddy? How's it going in Hawaii? I'm sure it's been 71 and higher for a while now. We are caught up on new Mando. Oh, on today's. So it came out today. I haven't seen today's. Maybe it'll keep improving. I am up to date with Picard. I too get confused with Star Wars on Wednesday and Star Trek on. Yeah, I can never. We don't normally watch it the day it comes out, so it's like, I know it's one of these days. So hey, John Trombetta, how you doing, buddy? A little Vulcan shimmy room. Exactly. Gives me a little room to enjoy all of these. Maybe some potential shimmies. Ooh, 82 today. Possibly 90 tomorrow. Oh, it's dropping down to the 40s tomorrow here. It's gonna rain, I think. Proud of, yes, okay, cool, you are. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Kenny Joe. Also, I was gonna say, for anybody who is here, thanks to my appearance on Matt Madness, sorry that I don't always show up as a chola. That is a rare occasion that I do that. Yes, today's was the penultimate episode. Definitely picks up this episode one. Okay, cool. I would think, like, I feel like a lot. Is it longer? Like, I feel like these last two episodes need to be longer to build in some more interesting story for this season. I don't know. I won't go off on a Mandalorian rant just yet. Oh yeah, like I complain about the avalanches and stuff, but like honestly, we need this water so bad. That yeah, no, it's very good. This record-breaking winter has been a bit annoying, but very much worth it. Our state badly, badly needs it. So, like it, they've been trying to figure out what they're going to do about the water in Salt Lake, like in the Great Salt Lake. If you don't know, it's like running out of water basically, which would be a big problem because there's a lot of stuff in there that if the water runs out would get like released into the air and basically would be kind of a yet another toxic disaster for the United States. So it was an hour. Okay, so yeah, a little bit longer. Yeah, cool. Hey, Tim Courtney, what's up? How you doing, buddy? Uh, I don't know if you're going. I'm hoping you are. Are you going to Pours in the Park this August? Uh, the Bourbon Junkies meetup in Michigan. Because I'm actually going this year, and I'm really, really stoked. Because I know a lot of people that I don't normally get to meet are going to be at that, so I'm pretty freaking excited. So I'm going to start this flight now. I debated back and forth with Nick about how I wanted to do this. So kind of what I wanted to experiment with was just like the difference in how ages can sort of present themselves. I feel like I should have thought about how I was going to say this. It just kind of makes sense in my head. So initially I was like, I'll look through all my whiskeys and see like, do I have, different ages of one mash bill and this, same or similar proof? And I could see like within that mash bill how it presents and then like between mash bills. So basically instead I'm going to have three matchups. And I've decided I have to say distillery, not mash bill, because if you really look at it, so the ones I have that I had like enough variables I could kind of make a matchup were Jim Beam, Knob Creek, Wild Turkey, Russell's, and Heaven Hill, Elijah Craig. And Wild Turkey and Knob Creek both have a 75, 13, 12 mash bill, according to Modern Thirst, but also some other sites that I've seen too. And they're both Charlotte, at least the Russells and Knob Creek are in char 4 barrels. So location, and I guess yeast strains, because I definitely still consider those profiles different. So I've got matchups for the Russells for Wild Turkey. So that's going to be the last bit of this Russell's 13 year, which is 114.8 proof. And then the Russells, this is just a Utah Russells pick that was 9.5 years. I think it's the only Russells pick that Utah's ever done. So that's going to be like one mini blind. And by blind, I mean blind for me in that I won't know which one is which. But I've got cards here that I'll hold up so that y'all can know which one is which. So those are very similar proof and, same distillery, etc. The other matchup I have figured out is an ECBP matchup. So again, this is at similar proofs. So it's the ECBP A123. So the most recent of this year, unless, has anybody seen the B? Which is 125.6 proof. Those are all 12-year age stated. And that's going to go against a actually delicious Utah pick that is an 8-year pick. And this was also the first pick that Utah has ever done of ECBP. Utah only started doing picks like just a couple of years ago. So those are similar proofs, but good distance, like 4 years difference, same distillery, blah, 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 blah. So the other question is, I could do another one of Knob Creek with a similar setup of being high proof, or I could, like, since I'm kind of already testing out the high proofs here, I could do a matchup of just like 12-year versus 15-year or 9-year versus 15-year, like of 100 proof Knob Creeks. So I could do that, a low proof Knob Creek matchup, or another high proof one and just kind of see, does it vary a lot? Like, can you really see the age within distilleries or between them? Like, is it more present in Knob Creek than it is in Russell's, that kind of thing. but all at higher proofs, which does make for a tipsier night. So I'm just going to go with the first person in chat because y'all are already chatting with each other. So low proof Knob Creek comparison of different ages, just to look at a difference in proof, or keep it all with the high proofs and do 2 single barrel picks. And I'm going to get caught up in chat while y'all do that. Mark Basket, the video title is very clear. Wait, of my stream or of something else? Of like an episode. So, because I feel like my title made it sound like I was going to be drinking like cool whiskeys from, you know, the 40s and 60s and whatever, which might draw people in, but it was a different type. I couldn't think of a way to make that clear. My bad. Our friends from Cleveland, blah, blah, blah. The winter was just like a Cleveland winter. Oh, really? Cleveland's like this? Are you messing with me? Tim Courtney better be going again. So you were at last one, right, Tim Courtney? I didn't see. Boo, boo, boo. Utah needs to get his weather figured out. Yeah, you're telling me. Penultimate, blah, blah. Yep, I saw that. Decided on a Glen Scotia. Ooh, nice. Glen Scotia. 15 year. That sounds pretty yummy. Doo-doo-doo. Mando's fun, but Andor is... Oh, man. Andor is crazy. That's a really intense show. I loved it, and I love Diego Luna. I thought there would be more humor, though. Like, normally Star Wars is kind of like a mix of drama and like just funny little lines and stuff. But it was pretty much just like intense drama. Like, if I was tired, I couldn't watch an episode because it requires energy. It's good though. I think something got reset on my mouse and it keeps scrolling what for me is the wrong way and confusing the hell out of me. Oh, you got to get back to Andor. Maybe I needed. So last year in May, I did a fun episode where I did a comparison of aiming across the age. Also, I would say taste the same proof across the ages 9, 12, 15, etc. So the high proof then, Mark Vasco? I'm not sure. I mean, like, so another thought I originally was going to do was just Nine Creek, Knob Creek, all 100 proof, because I have the 9, 12, 15, and 18 year, and just do that. But it, like, as fun as that would be to enjoy, okay, high proof. That's what we'll go for then. Thank you. As fun as that would be, like, just for myself to enjoy, it'd be really boring to talk about and like watch for y'all if I just did like 9, 12, 15, 18 and just like, yep, this one is oakier than the last one. Yep, this one is even more oaky than the last one. Like, I don't know. So, okay, we will do that then. That was a weird squeak. Do. Yeah, what you said. That's what I thought you meant. Yep, but yeah, high proof works too. Okay. Cool. What's up, Biking Bourbon? How's it going, buddy? Hopefully you have some Knob Creek in your glass. I know you're a fellow Knob Creek fan. Also, I'm excited for this because just today I picked up, so kind of my go-to Glen. I don't know why I love this design so much, but it's by Bubble Bath Bourbon. And I love his logo. I think it's so freaking clever. And so today he sent me a mini Glen of the freaking logo. And I think it's adorable. So that is in the flight. But my regular Knob Creek 9-year 100 proof is here in the full size glass. So this pick is a 9-year pick. Like 9-year, 4 months pick. And then this one, which I'm getting pretty low on, is a 15-year pick. So that Mash and Drum sent me forever ago, and I have nursed. I love it. So thank you for the excuse to drink it. Ooh, that was a better bottle pop. Cork pop? I always say bottle pop, cork pop. I mean cork pop. Boop, boop. Okay, and then I just got to write the cards for these and mix up these ones for y'all. So, because I don't know, I like as fun as it can be to watch people do blinds. A, I know we do it a lot, but B, it's more fun, I think, if y'all know what it is, but we don't. You know, like the person drinking it doesn't. So I've got it set up, and I already poured and mixed up the other two blinds. Ugh, words. So KC pick 9-year. Oh, and those are all 120 proof. KC pick 15-year. Because I don't know, I've tried to pay attention to age somewhat. It's definitely not my skill set as far as like blind lights and stuff. But okay. So I'm just going to be catching up on chat, trying not to spill this so that I'm not paying attention and don't remember like which one is which. You do what you want on a channel. People will always be there to enjoy it. Oh, thanks so much, Coco. Yeah, it was just like one of those I couldn't decide. So I was like, I'll let them. Bringing Nick along. Yeah, I'm dragging him along. So he can go along and have some fun for once. It'll be such a blast. Like, we're so excited. We've gotten to meet a few people, mostly people from the West Coast. And so often there's like all these get-togethers on the East Coast. I definitely have no idea which one is which, by the way. So, hold on. I can't see the chat. Here. So I've mixed those up. Okay. So we're ready. Okay. Water. Bo-ba-doo. You dragging up. Oh, yeah. Saw that. Everybody saying hello. Also, hi, Deathless Dogs. I don't think I said hi to you. What's up, buddy? How's the egg roll doing? I was just talking about Hams was grumbling. So, okay. The other night, I had a heavily weeded bunny, then followed up with me. Oh, weird. Forgetting her. Oh, wow. It was amazing. And now, ooh, with a weeded bourbon, too. You should try that now and let us know if you're drinking tonight. If not, I'm curious. That's the thing. We just don't have any more space really for whiskey, but we don't have like a ton of Scotch options. So as though I do enjoy peated Scotch, the budget and the space just won't quite allow for that yet. But I'm actually really curious about that. Like just a touch, maybe like 25% peat, 75% weeder, or maybe even less than that. Could be good for those of us who like peated. For those who don't, it's probably a nightmare. So when is your next trail video? So I do have one filmed that was in the winter and everything. But like this winter's just been so bad. I've been really paranoid about avalanches, which sounds like an excuse, but it's absolutely real. Like I'm part of different like hiking Facebook groups in the area, and like all the time it's like them alerting people and being like, please don't go out onto the trails today. Please don't, like, even these ones that you might think are okay are like not okay. And you have to like look at all these different factors to figure out which parts of which trails are avalanche safe, which just makes it like that much more work. So, but now that everything's warming up, which actually has caused avalanches, but I feel like in another week or so, it should be warm enough again and I can get out on the trail and live my life to the fullest and get out of the lab, which will be even better. So, although the winter has been timed well with lots of lab time. So, yeah, exactly. I screenshotted it yesterday, Nick, of like the new avalanche warnings that were just like last night. So it's just nuts. Well, it's 2:80, so maybe a bit early, Dawn. Just a bit. So yeah, that's fair. That's totally fair. I keep reading this as RIP. So, oh, Nick is asking if y'all got the coffee story yet. Let me get into this flight and then I will tell y'all my world's most awkward experience. So some of y'all already heard it if you were there on Livewire last weekend. So Livewire has been doing like battles for the past year and a half or so. And, you know, whittling it down to the brackets and everything. The finals was last weekend, and I was against Jeffrey Wack of Hello Again Whiskey Friends. And I freaking won! I could not believe it. I was pretty excited because he does a lot of blind flights and often does really well. It's only because I guessed 2 bottles, which I never do, that I pulled out the win. But it was super fun. Okay, let me try these first 2, these 2 Knob Creeks. So both picks, one is going to be a 9-year, and one is a 9.5 year, and one is a 15-year pick. With the idea, I'm just curious to see like how the oak presents itself with these compared to how it does in other ones, and especially when you have all that proof punching through and kind of like adding to the complexity of the flavors. Does that distract you from the oakiness, or does it like actually just punch the oak more forward? Kind of curious. So, ooh, the one on the right just kind of smells slightly better. Also, it's funny to me that like 2 bottles from the same distillery, they're the same mash bill, that are the same proof, can be fairly different. Like, it's kind of crazy. Also, real quick, just a quick reminder. To like and subscribe. That is quite yummy. Deep into my whiskey enjoyment now. Ooh, somebody said they like Oogedale. I know that's spelled wrong, but I couldn't correct you, so which is probably why I always just call it Oogie, because it's easier. And oh, so you have blended that and really enjoy it. Now I'm really curious to try it. I love Oogedale. It's also an expensive bottle though for me to blend. That's the hard part for me with blending. It's like, what if it's bad? And now I've like wasted that much from an expensive bottle or thing that I like even more. We're doing it around if you have time. I'm so excited. So you are going to be there? Yeah, we've got our flights thanks to Darrell. Yeah, we'll get in contact and everything about the details, especially as things get closer. But super, super excited. Okay, sorry. I just got all over the place in chat. Okay. Okay, so the one I just sipped, the first one, is this one. No idea if that's focusing. Hopefully. Okay. So, and now I'm going to sip this one. And kind of see if I detect a huge difference. I am jumping from 100 to 120 proof, so there's always that, but I don't know. The likes of like Jason would not struggle with that at all. So I got to get onto his level. Like that's ever going to happen. But still, we've both been in Map Madness. Okay. I lost, but still. It was a lot of fun. Ooh, smells good. Ooh. That one's like sweeter on the front, but then like a real spike in the back. I don't know that it's like the oak is really jumping out. Okay. This hand is the first one, the first card I showed y'all. This is the second card I showed y'all. So to you, oh, my brain. The first one is your right. The second one is your left. Wow, that's difficult. Like if I just had to, ooh, this one's like smoother and cream, just like a creamier. The peanuttiness is out there, a bit sweeter. This one's kind of harsher. I don't know. I would guess that this one was the higher proof. Should I reveal to myself the mini blinds as I go, or not until the end? Actually, I hadn't thought about that. I don't know. I don't know that like that's my point here. I kind of just want to see how they present between the different companies. So distilleries, whatever. So the amount that I overthought this whole thing, like that the bottles have been open for different lengths of time, you know, like you're not, there's no way to like control for it where you're only controlling for the age, you know, where you're only testing for the age and everything else is controlled for. So it's like in that way, I know it's not the greatest experiment, but it's still fun. And it's not like I have to give this data to my boss, so it's all good. I don't even know what the final data result is. Another bad part of my experiment. I don't even have like clear outputs. Wait a minute. Are awesome, but uh-oh. Oh shit. We're about to have a battle up in the chat. Dude, 90, what's up, Todd? I've been so sad. I've been missing y'all's streams, but I, for this semester, have class on Tuesday nights, and it kills me. I cannot wait for this fellowship to be over. So, okay, I think I'm going to start. Do it as you go. You will better remember the pour to comment on it. Okay, cool. That's what makes more sense to me. And then there's like the trying to balance out the mystery and drama of the entertainment. I don't know. How do other people plan these things? We did get our first camping trip scheduled. Ooh, you did? Where are you going? Is it in Ohio? Is it good outdoors, like camping spots? Oh, I was right. Honestly, did not expect to be right about that. Just because they were so particularly different. So it's funny that the 9-year really tasted like, also if they were totally blind, I might have guessed it was a higher proof. So like it's funny that the age just kind of rounded it out so nicely. That's pretty cool. That was yummy. I'm gonna take another sip of that. Oh wow, that one is so good. It's like everything you love about everything I love about Knob Creek. Like every note of Knob Creek, like just brought forward. This one could honestly, I don't know, the Knob Creek 12 cask strength is just one of the most divine whiskeys of all time. But this competes. This is why I've nursed this bottle, because it's just so good. This was a 15-year pick, so of course, like it's impossible to find 15-year picks anymore. Yeah. But when I like early on in my channel, Mash and Young found out that I love Knob Creek, and also like at that time we didn't have picks in Utah, and so he was like, "Oh, cool, let me hook you up with this." So it was just like, for me, I was, like, I'm a nova. I have like 200 subscribers, if that. I think I had less. So it's like he's just very cool like that. Okay, sorry. Thanks, Todd. No worries at all. Keep rocking it, getting it done. Yeah, it's a really boring class though. It's not even a good class. Like if I was at least like learning computational analysis, like I fucking spent all day struggling with and watching videos and reading stupid. Oh God, I hate it so much. But that would be a useful course. The live wire. That's right. Live wire champion over here. So, okay, I'm gonna get started on this. Yes, right. The Knob Creek single barrels are just so good. Oh, along Lake Erie, there are quite a few. Okay, cool. So my mom lives in Western New York, but goes down to Presque Isle, which is like in Pennsylvania. Is that right? Yeah, right across the border from New York. All the time, just like to go to the beach kind of thing, which always cracks me up. The fact that she's Puerto Rican and she's just like desperate for any beach whatsoever. So she's like, I'm going to the beach. I mean, it counts. It's a big ass lake. It kind of can be confused for an ocean. Still missing my Knob Creeks. I'm telling you, that's because I need to go to South Carolina and steal them back for you. That's the problem. Because we know who stole them. Okay, let me get into. Not only do I not remember the order, I don't even remember. I think it's Russell's next. Well, here. So this is the one I'm about to try. Y'all tell me if it really is Russell's. Don't tell me which age it is, but just if it's Russell's or not. Okay. So see if you can see that. So again, this is going to be from a 9-year. If this is Russell's, it's going to be from a 9-year Utah pick that I don't remember being that great. It was all right. 9.5 year, and a 13-year pick. You're right. Okay, sweet. That's the one then. So I'm having one of those right now. Thank you. Presque Isle is like under. Oh, cool. So you know where I'm talking about. It is really pretty there. Isn't that far from us? That's so cool. Yeah, that's like her like getaway kind of thing. So I mean, like Fredonia is on the lake also, so just colder. All right, let's get into these, and then hold on. I'm just trying to see if there's any difference, like particularly on the nose. These don't. That one smells like more ethanol forward. Also, I mean, I think they're pretty similar in proof. These might be the furthest away in proof. I want to say 110 for the pick and 114 for the thing, for the 13 year. 114.8. So, I don't know. Let's try it. Oh, she's creamy. That's a creamy bitch. That first one is yummy. That's the card I just showed you. Wow. That's much creamier than I've recalled getting from like a Russell's product before. Russell's indeed. Thank y'all. Richie Z, what's up? I like that I like read what he wrote, but not who wrote it. Everything's too tiny. But if I try to put things on my big monitor, my camera can't see around it. Or like the camera will just be like looking down too much. So balance. I keep burping today. Sorry. Try not to. Let me try the other one. That one, okay, that one tastes oakier and has more of like the turkey funk, which also I could be kind of mixing up, like the turkey funk with, with oak, because like for me, turkey funk is kind of like a hay sort of note, which is more on that drier side, and so is oak, so can be kind of hard to delineate. Like I remember when Nick and I first got into whiskey, and we watched a lot of It's Bourbon Night, and they would talk about oakiness and stuff. And I was just like, how the hell are you supposed to know like which one is oakier or what oak smells like kind of thing? And I asked one time in their chat, and Chad was like, oh, it smells like the rick house, like that smell when you're walking through a rick house. And I was just like, not everybody lives in Kentucky. Like, what are you talking about? That smell when you're walking through a rick house? Like, that's just something we all do casually every weekend. It's like, I still haven't walked through a rick house. But in sitting around doing blind flights, like this is what I enjoy about whiskey. It's so fun to study. Like we've purposely done blind fights to compare and try and detect just that difference in age note. So I think it was Knob Creek 12 versus 9 year that really started to teach me it. So the one I just sipped was this. Okay. Hoping that focused in for y'all. I should really go back and watch these just to see if that actually works well or not. Like, am I holding it up stupid long or what? Does it focus decently? Let me go back to the first one. These are good. I still like Knob Creek more. But like also I've always liked Rare Breed more than Russell's. Even though again they're the same mash bill. I don't really actually understand what different, like if all the Rare Breeds come from a certain warehouse and the Russells I know come from a whole mix of warehouses. And I know people are really particular and have like favorite warehouses and stuff. We don't really see a lot of Russell's picks. Like Utah's had one that I know of. So it's just not something I pay as much attention to, but I know that's a big thing. I know David Jennings, Rarebird, knows all about it, and you can check the blog and stuff. But does anybody know about Rare Breed? Like, are they in a specific warehouse or what? It's focused just fine. Okay, cool. So I enjoy doing it this way where like y'all get to know, but I don't, because that's what's always killing me when I watch other people do blind flights. I want to know, at least if I'm paying any attention. I want to know. Sometimes I'm just like watching and playing Sudoku on my phone or whatever. But yeah, does anybody know about Russells? I'm just kind of curious. Okay, let me try them both again. This was the first one I tried. This was the most recent. I will say they're both hitting me quite nicely. I'm enjoying both of them. Knob Creek just still definitely wins. This one just, I don't know, doesn't strike as hard right now. This one punches much more. So, okay. And not just because it punches more with flavor. I know that 13 years is a little bit bigger in proof, but the way it punches through, and there's definitely an oak note to it. I would guess this second one is the Russell's 13. I'm going to flip. If not, this Utah pick is really good. Yes, it is. Okay. So that makes sense. So the one I thought tasted much better and much more interesting and definitely does present a bit more oak is the 13-year. The other one, when I came back to it, just kind of fell flat and like definitely didn't linger around at all. And I think that's the other thing about aged whiskeys and that oakiness being there is that you tend, not always, but like that tends to coincide with a longer finish. Correlation is not causation, but they tend to go together. So one helps the other happen. As I understand it. The batch that they go after Abe, so the proof has varied slightly from batch to batch for the rare breed, but the batches are across a long period of time. Like the most recent batch, I remember I like read up on it when I did a rare breed video in Moab. That was super fun. I remember the hike more than I remember everything I researched for it. But it was like on batch, oh, I'm like stuck between 12, 13, or 16. Somewhere in the teens, but it had been going since the early 90s. So, and that was only a couple years. So it's not like they, you know, there's a new batch every year or like multiple times a year, like ECBP kind of thing. So I don't know. I know about Russells. I got several bottles in my house. Oh, so you're a big Russells guy? That's the thing. I'm just like not as familiar with, for the longest time, I'd only had Russells 10. And then somebody sent me, actually it was, oh shit, Young Pei Chang, who sent me a Russell's pick, and that was my first ever Russell's pick, and I only recently finished it, like recently, a few months ago, just because it was also like the first bottle anybody had ever sent me, and I was just jaw dropped when I got it. It was super kind. He's also in the past donated just like tons of bottles for the Alzheimer's fundraiser, which I wanted to bring up today. That is going to happen again this summer in July. I always want to do it in June because in June is when the Alzheimer's Association actually does a big longest day thing. And so whenever that like summer solstice is or whatever, June, I think they do it on a different day though, so it doesn't make sense. I've been getting so many ads for it, but it's like close to Father's Day and I do my things on Sunday. So instead I just do my fundraiser in July, but I am going to do it this July. I haven't been like pushing it yet. It's still, you know, kind of early, but I wanted to like put that out there. If you are maybe thinking to donate a bottle for the big giveaway, please email me. I actually created a banner like 5 seconds before starting. Please email me about that bottle, you know, or just, you know, if you want to be like on the lookout for a bottle kind of thing and thinking about that. The only reason the fundraiser is as successful as it is every year is because y'all are so generous and donate bottles for the giveaways, and of course donate to the actual fundraiser. So, and normally there tends to be a lot of amazing bottles. So as of right now, there's actually already 2 bottles, which is why I was like, okay, I should probably go ahead and mention this. So, but also it's always a good time. I haven't figured out what I'm going to do for this year, but I really enjoyed last year's where I did a trivia game and had different channels on. It was super, super fun. And we raised over $16,000, which is insane. So super excited for it, even though it's still a good few months away. But there's my spiel. So I feel like I see mostly regulars in here, so y'all are pretty familiar with me and my Alzheimer's fundraiser, and that's a super important cause to me for all the reasons. So I won't go off on that right now, especially being a bit tipsy going through this flight. Okay. I will say, I think, like, in between, which is what I was curious about, really, is I think it's so funny. I lost viewers for talking about the Alzheimer's fundraiser. I don't give a shit. But I will say that I just that, like, between Knob Creek and the Russell's picks as far as Wild Turkey Distillery, um, I feel like the age was more apparent. I don't know if that's fair to say. Actually, once I've tried the next mini blind, I will try the, most aged ones side by side from those different distilleries, and then kind of go more on that. Because I don't know if that's actually fair to say. Felt like it was the most delicious, but I don't know that the oak was as present, actually. Um, Mark Vasco was saying, yeah, they're very big batches as far as the rare breeds. So free whiskey's best whiskey. Yeah. We will bring bottles. Ah, yes. I love you guys so freaking much. Yes, last year y'all donated Weller 107. We had 70 bottles, but I remember that because you also gave me one, and I'm still nursing it. So as I look over to where it is. Nick is a regular. Yes. That also, for anybody new, Salacious Crumb over there, the little pet of Jabba the Hutt, if you're wondering, that's who I married. So I chose well. If you're a nerd like us, though, I did. Count me in. Yes. Oh, I love you, Top Dog. I immediately look at y'all's donations. So cute. Last year you did a Russell's lamp and gave me a Knob Creek. I don't do this, y'all, to get stuff for me. Just to make that clear. Like, I do it for the cause. But y'all are just absurdly kind and gave me this great Knob Creek bottle that I freaking love. So, lamp. Not lamp from a Knob Creek bottle. She's tipsy, y'all. She's tipsy. So you do a fundraiser? What? It's like pretty much why I still have a channel. I will be picking up on videos, though, for real, now that it's warming up. I don't like doing an indoor setup. It just is not my vibe. It just like doesn't fit. So I've only done a few, but I will be picking up now that I don't have to be so paranoid about avalanches. So I like hiking in the snow, actually, a lot. But there's like one hike that I love in the snow that doesn't have like the part that I go on is safe from avalanches completely. I don't want to just like keep doing the same hike. It's what the other video that I'm going to be putting out soon is. So, but that will be picking up. So hopefully I'll do a camping trip soon. I am doing one in June to Glacier National, which has been the top of my national parks list forever. All right, let's start this last mini flight. Nick is like, you better remember to say it. I gotta find the right moment. I'll do it in between samples of this. Reggie, no, are you kidding? No, you don't have to. That one is amazing. That covers you for like 5 years. Also, when's yours? I need to like repay this favor. Sweet. Oh, Lil, what's up, Lil? You're awesome. What's up? I'm planning on another of those. Plus, I'll see what else I can grab. Ooh, yes. Awesome. Thank you. Vascos are some of the coolest people. I can't wait to properly hang out with you since I only got to hang out with you for like 5 minutes the last time y'all were in town. Okay, let's start. So this is the ECB piece. So one of these let me just show you. The first one I'm going to be drinking. One is an A123 and one is an 8-year Utah pick. And of course, the ECBP like batches are all 12-year age stated. So, okay, wait. Hopefully you can see that. I mean, one thing I love about my Sony ZV-1 is I feel like it has really good autofocus. I'm going to say that and it's going to turn out that didn't focus, but you know. Ooh, I really, as much as I love Knob Creek and everybody thinks like that's my only jam, you should see how many bottles of ECBPs we have. It's a good bit. So I love ECBP. Okay. Mm. Just on the nose, it's so good. And I will say, I haven't reviewed it or anything, but I did really like the ECBP A123. So the autofocus is great. Thank you. I love my, like, I see other people struggle with their autofocus all the time. It's the Sony ZV-1. It's like a good, like, vlogging, intro YouTuber camera kind of thing. Nick got it for me for my birthday last year, and I'm obsessed. For me, I'm just like, I don't need to ever upgrade my camera ever. Especially if you're hiking, you don't want a big, heavy camera. So this is good. I love this baby. Anyways, back to the ECBP. Also, the pick I chose, Utah did an 8-year and a 10-year pick. And actually, Nick and I both, we loved the 8-year pick. The 10-year pick was good. It was fine. The 8-year pick we loved. So age isn't everything. Unless we're talking about consent, in which case 18 or older. So that's that first one, which I'd already showed you the card. It is really good. It's funny how I'm trying to focus. Some days, like, oak really jumps out at me. And tonight I'm, like, trying to focus on oak, and it's not, like, jumping out at me the way it does sometimes. Which makes me wonder about the lower proof ones, if maybe by being lower proof or by being watered down, like, those oak notes come a little bit, are more present. Whereas when it's not watered down or higher proof, like, the rest of the mix gets to be all still there. If that makes sense? Like, if it's all like this, and then you water it down to 100 proof, the oak stays forward, is what I'm wondering. Because I feel like I detect it much more on lower proof whiskeys than I have been through this flight. Could also be that you get tipsier on higher proof whiskeys and become not as good at detecting whatever the fuck. So I'm going to try the second one. So the second one is this. Okay. Okay. Also, for all of these, I poured a half ounce. Oh, it smells so good. Nobody's. Apparently, I'm no one. What? What happened? New phone, who it is? It's Bear Ben. Whiskey Uncensored. Let's see if you can see me. The autofocus is great, by the way. Okay, cool. Good. I love it. Y'all chat. Boop, boop, boop. So, while I try this one, I have to tell y'all about probably the most awkward experience of my life. So, during Lent, it was just Easter Sunday, so Lent is now officially over. But I gave up Starbucks because I've been having way too many iced caramel macchiatos, which is the only thing I like at Starbucks because I'm not a coffee person. So we were looking for another coffee shop, like a local one, not like a chain. And we found one, looked it up, and they had something on the menu that's called, so what I get at Starbucks is the iced caramel macchiato. Love it. They have something on their menu that is called the not a fucking caramel macchiato. So it is basically, I guess, like what I'm ordering at Starbucks, but they're mad about the name. I don't know. I'm not a barista. I don't understand coffee. But so we're like, sweet, we're going to try it. And we're going to go Sunday morning. We spent like a bit looking up places and stuff. And so we walk in the door, and we've never been here before. It's just up the road, though. And there's like all these chairs, like fold out chairs kind of thing, like you would set up in an auditorium. And there's a little stage up front with like a podium type thing, desk type thing, where two people are sitting. And there's a few people already in the audience type thing. And there's chairs along the walls kind of thing. And we're just kind of like, and as we had walked in the door, some lady was like welcoming us in. She's like, oh, welcome. Glad to see you here. We're just like, do they always have people welcoming you into their coffee shop from like outside? So we go to the back, put in our orders. I got that. I got the not a fucking caramel macchiato. Nick gets the Jedi. But there's a lot of people there. And the guy already had a lot of orders. So it's going to be a while. And we had gotten there at like 9:59. And turns out at 10 a.m., the Alcoholics Anonymous meeting starts. And Nick is standing there wearing his shirt that it's bourbon night one that says whiskey, but like the Wu-Tang logo. And we, because so many orders were before us, had to wait. We were there till 10:24, waiting and having to listen to people's very personal, it's bourbon night. I mean, it's bourbon night. Alcoholics Anonymous, the opposite of it's bourbon night. Alcoholics Anonymous, like a whole setup and stuff. And it, like, you really do have to like stand up and say like, I'm so-and-so and I'm an alcoholic. Like each time they like somebody stood up to speak or whatever. Oh my God. I was just melting where I stood and trying to like turn towards the back wall kind of thing. And the place had gotten packed. Like every seat was taken. And we're just standing in the back trying to pretend we're, you know, not about like, didn't just drink whiskey the night before and gonna drink whiskey that night. Oh, it was the worst. It was so incredibly awkward. Like, I mean, I was like kind of like shaking basically by the time I left. It like, because it was just so awkward. I just felt like a terrible intruder on people's stuff. And I'm like, we should not be here. We're not the people. That's the thing. I'm like, of all people to get stuck accidentally in an Alcoholic Anonymous meeting, it's somebody with a whiskey channel. Is alcohol awareness. So it turns out this place has Cocaine Anonymous, Heroin Anonymous, and alcohol. And I didn't even know the other ones were a thing. And like they have like their whole schedule. And the only one that's in the morning is on Sunday mornings. And and I think it's super cool that this place does this and it's community and all that. It was just really awkward. And Nick and I are very paranoid about, but also it was the best coffee drink ever to a person who doesn't like coffee. But oh my God, that was the worst. Yeah, so it was actually delicious. I mean, I don't know that you can trust me. Also, we're the state of Utah, but I loved my drink. So, you know, it paid off. But and I also don't know if it just tasted better because of how relieved I was to escape. You were there for your coffee, and it made for an interesting story. Yep. No, it was bizarre, but it also feels like really rude to then like, you know, somebody like finishes their spiel while they're up there, and then the two of us just like run out, kind of thing. It's like, and we were clearly the only ones there who were not part of the meeting, which I'm like, does everybody else just know that this is a thing? There was no sign outdoors. And it's not online. I tried to check their website and stuff because when we first walked in, we're like, oh, some kind of like event or gathering or whatever this morning. And I'm like trying to find their Instagram and whatever. Not posted online. I will be going back. I enjoy their coffee a lot. I've actually been back already. And I, you know, it's local. I love that they're building this community and stuff. I'm just very aware of their meeting schedule now. Hey, what's up? Wepa, mi gente. How you doing, Miracle Martinez? How's it going, buddy? Yeah, so just go. Yeah, no, yeah, we will definitely not be going Sunday mornings again. So Saturdays will be the day. Okay, so when we visit, let's figure out what day it is. It isn't the meeting time. Yeah, definitely. I will be. I think I took a picture of it to keep on my phone, so and I'll update it. It was good coffee. I don't know if you like coffee though, and I don't know what good coffee is. So, you know, my drink was very sweet and delicious, and lots of milk in there and stuff. So, do not trust me at all on coffee. What's up, Brian? Slap shots. Okay, let me go back to trying this and not reliving one of the most awkward. I just, you had to be there. It was insane. Okay. I feel like I switched these. I don't know. Hopefully not. I did write on the cards I'd done before, like a description of which mini Glen they were in. in case I did get things mixed up. So we're still covered. So, but this is the ECBPs. So I'm trying them back and forth now. Yeah, Nick's had a couple. They have some like nerdy names and stuff. And it's funny because I've been there again and they were like, is it okay if I write a cuss word on your cup? Because the drink I get is not a fucking caramel macchiato, so they write fuck caramel. Okay. So I'm clearly a very healthy coffee drinker. So I'll say I enjoy the last one more. I don't know that necessarily means it's more oaked. Let me just focus real quick. Very difficult for a person with ADD, but I'm gonna focus real quick. Y'all just sit and imagine you're in a very awkward AA meeting, okay? With me hanging out in the background drinking whiskey, which would be even worse. That one's really good too. Man, all of these are making me shimmy. Okay. I don't know. Christine Vasco. It's called Rise and Grind. Rise and Grind Coffee is the name of it. Which sounds like a very generic name, but actually in Googling it, it was pretty easy to find. So I enjoyed the coffee. Tell them not to go Sundays at 10 a.m. If I had to guess, I would say the last one was the more oaked one. This one's really hard, honestly. I did a lot of back and forth. Could be because I'm distracted, could be because I'm tipsy. Both really good. In the end, the first one ended up being the one I enjoyed more, even though the last thing I said was that the second one was the one. So, but what did I just say? That the second one was the one that I thought was aged more? So I think I was wrong on this one. I think I thought that the second one was aged more. Glad I have such a good memory. But actually, this one was the first one I drank of these two, and it was aged more. Look at that. Even with my face still in the background, it like you can read it. That's fucking impressive. I love my camera. Fuck all of y'all and your fancy ass camera. Also, I don't have to figure out tons of settings. Like it's much less settings I have to figure out. Designed for the stupid like me. So both super good. And I went back and forth on which one I liked more. Okay, so now I just want to try the aged ones of each one. So this is the ECBP, A123, so 12-year age stated, 125.6 proof. Russell's 13, 114.8 proof. And Knob Creek 15-year pick, which is of course 120 proof. Just making sure I grab the right one. Because I'm just curious, comparing side by side. And then we'll get around to the Patreon giveaway soon. So, what's the name of the coffee shop? Nice camera. Thank you. I love it. It's just funny because I know like a lot of channels have like the Sony A7003 or some combination of those numbers and letters. And their cameras look great. But I know those ones are like $3,000 to $5,000 or something insane. I know more like photography cameras, and can have like the big lenses and stuff and whatever. And mine is, I think it was like around $600 to $700, brand new. And it's for vloggers and it's great on the trail. I just love my camera, even though I've had this camera like over 6 months. I still like enjoy it as if it's brand new. It was last birthday you got it for me, right? Yeah. All right. I want to try the Knob Creek 15-year, Russell 13-year, ECBP 12-year. This is where the comparison gets like less comparable because the proofs are a bit different. Like we've got up to a 10 proof gap here. So but I still am just curious about, from the different distilleries, how that oak comes forward. Also, are there any other notes that you, or any other features or attributes that you, what is the word I'm looking for? That you like, that in your head go with age? There is a word I'm looking for and I can't think of it. Relate to age? No, it's not the word. You know what I mean? Like, aside from oak, is there something else about age? Like, would you say that normally the finish lingers long? I feel like that is the case. Not 100% of the time though. But a lot of times those older whiskeys do have a nicer, longer finish. But I feel like oak is kind of the main thing. And then, like, with youth, things can be like grainy and sort of spicier, which can get confusing with perf. I don't know. I'm always just trying to like learn about what it is other people are detecting with their whiskeys. I think it's what we all are. Like, it's what's interesting about it. More oily. Also, welcome. Quintero. Where are you from? Just curious. And you might just be from the United States, and that's fine. So am I. But, you know, also Puerto Rico. um, so more oily. That's a good point. That is true. Like, it tends to have that like oily coating in the mouth more kind of thing. Is Sugar Kitty still here? Is there like a actual cubano? Okay, that's awesome. So similar situation as far as like family is. Like, my dad has moved back to Puerto Rico, but I was born in the States, kind of thing. So awesome. Yes. I just, I get excited seeing other Hispanics in Whiskey Tube in general. So not as much of us, and it's always fun. Not that rum isn't good. Not that rum isn't good. I enjoy rum. But back to the whiskey. I'm going to try this Knob Creek 15 year first. She's drunk. She's distracted. She's not doing well. Oh, that Knob Creek 15 year perk is so good. It's not my fault. Better tasting. The young age notes, bitter like fresh grass. That's a really good way of putting it. I've not heard it put that way. Bitter like fresh grass. Because it's funny that you're better at tasting the young age notes, where I'm terrible. I like never understand really. People are like, oh, this one, it's okay, but it really tastes young, and I'm like, I don't even know what that means. Like, I'm learning it ish. But I feel like maybe just because most of the whiskey I get is more like sort of middle of the field. There's an expression I'm trying to think of. With a bit more age. Like, I don't normally get very young, crafty whiskeys. Also, Christine, do you get that more on like rye? Like, because I know like that grass note can be often on rye. Or would you say that's like an across the board bitter, like fresh grass kind of? I love that though. That's like such a good note. España. That's awesome. I have been there once. I went to Madrid and Barcelona, and I loved it. And really, really, in Toledo. And I really, really want to go back. I want to go to southern Spain, though. My mom has spent a good amount of time in southern Spain, and I'm very, very jealous from the pictures she's shown me and stuff. She used to teach like study abroads there and stuff. So, beautiful country, though. I need to work out. I need to get actually fluent. I'm not actually fluent. So, cheers to our Hispanics and bourbon lovers. Yes, yes. Salud. I will say, and I've said this probably a million times before, one of the big reasons I started my channel was not seeing many women in Whiskey Tube, especially women who, weren't with someone else as part of their channel. Just Whiskey Central, and I adore her. Do not get me wrong. Shayla's the best. And definitely not really any other Hispanics that I was seeing. So I got a little tired of seeing the same thing over and over. Not like people have their own character and thing for their channels and stuff, but it was just nice to come on and represent. So, and show the trails off. All right, off my tangent. Hispanic and a woman, way to break the whiskey seal. Yes, exactly. That's what I'm here to do. Just gotta get better. The whole whiskey thing. Quite a few Knob Creeks, but I've never seen or had 15-year 100 proof or like a 15-year pick kind of deal. I mean, I've never like seen a Knob Creek 15-year pick on the shelf, but I've also seen Knob Creek pick on the shelf once because I live in the state of Utah and we've only done one pick and it wasn't very good. It's my least favorite Knob Creek pick that I've had. So, also, sorry, I missed Richie Z's, less spiky. So I think that's why I like the Knob Creek 15-year pick over the other, because that's what was coming across. It wasn't so much that it was more oak coming forward. It was that it was less spiky. Like it was creamier, smoother. Like it felt like all the flavors were just rounded really well. Like the nuttiness, the sweetness, like the oak, but it wasn't like oak in your face. The way I get when I'm drinking like, Knob Creek 18 or Elijah Craig 18 kind of thing, where it's like, boom, that's oak. You want to know what oak is? Boom. And that's only 100 proof. So anyways, boop, boop, boop. The bitter is pretty much across the board. It's like a watery bitter. Okay. I feel like I can kind of imagine. That's the annoying thing about flavors, right? It's like so hard to describe and like distinguish, but you know what you're talking about. And of course, I'm drinking a bunch of aged whiskey right now, so I'm not getting young notes in my palate at the moment. Does your mother teach you the real USC? So my stepfather used to teach at the real USC. She went to the real USC, got her PhD there actually. Literature though, humanities. But no, she is not a professor there. So I'm like about to say like where she's a professor at, where everybody lives and shit. And it's like, privacy is probably good to some extent. But no, she's never taught there. So unfortunately, but like my whole family pretty much went there. Has anyone seen? Yeah, that's what I wanted to see. I haven't seen him recently at all. I know Adam's been in contact. I think Adam was when I has been in contact with him, but I haven't seen him around recently. I miss him. Mi hermano. Another Boricua. What did he say? No, he's not poking the bear because he said the real USC. He knows what's up. He's the one who sent me. I'm saying he. Sorry. Sent me a thing about Gamecock bourbon, which I need to get my brother to find me a pick of. I never know. Thankfully, I never know what I'm talking. Fair. That's how I feel most days at work when my boss is asking me questions and stuff, and I'm like, and he's like, "Well, did you see the paper about blah blah blah?" And I'm like, I mean, I saw it. Do I remember it? Like, have I read it yet? Is it just downloaded onto my computer into my long list of papers I should read? Yeah, it's probably closer to the truth. He's not at the bench. He doesn't have to do shit at the bench. All right. I sipped the Knob Creek 15. How about the Russell's 13? It's funny too, though, as they're sitting out, it feels like the oak is becoming more apparent. Somebody said more oily earlier. Totally agree. Oh my gosh. What the fuck was that? My gosh. Do you ever just like hear yourself say things or just your own voice and hate it so much? You just be like, what the fuck did you just say? My gosh. Try editing a video of yourself. It's even worse. These all smell so. I picked like all great pours. Like I love every single thing I poured tonight. So it's been a delicious flight. I don't know. I have to say ECBP A123, as much as I enjoy it by itself, I really liked it actually. I think we actually might have gotten a backup bottle. Maybe. I don't remember. If we did, Nick got it, not me. But like, I think we opened it and we're like, ooh, this one is really good. we should try to get a backup bottle of it. But compared to the Russell's 13, which is an unfair, bit of an unfair comparison. But as you can see, we get in. This was the first one, not the second one that came out. So I don't have both bottles. We ain't that fancy. Try to get what I can get. John Kranz is here. What's up, buddy? Go Packers. Even if you skip games. Do I have a lot of things to say and do on videos that make me cringe, you ask? Yes. Right? I'm not even good at like actually clicking messages tonight. Whatever. Okay. So there's something about the ECBP that in comparison to the others is just throwing me a bit. So I'm going to go back to the Knob Creek 15 and Russell's. Give me just like 30 seconds of being quiet, as boring as that is. Oh, that Knob Creek pick is so good. So I'm whispering? What? I don't... Probably should have sipped water in between them. I don't know if it's just that the chat does love to jump when you try to click. Oh yeah, it really does. This is very true. So no, this is the chat voted. This is why you're getting, a little, drunk version of me, slightly tipsy, whatever. Drop my napkin. This is there's a 9.5 pick and a 15-year pick, and so after doing some mini blinds of younger pick versus older pick of Knob Creek, Russell's, and then ECBP A123 versus a younger ECBP Utah pick. Now I'm comparing the more aged versions. So it's a 15-year Knob Creek, a 13-year Russell's, a 12-year ECBP A123, with the proofs going 120, 114.8, 125.6. I do have cards in front of me that are reminding me of all of those facts. So, I know how biased this is going to sound for shh, everybody be quiet. play Jeopardy music lowly in the background for 30 seconds. I know how biased this is going to sound, but honestly, what I am trying to get here more at is I can't believe I'm fucking pouring more whiskey, but is which one the age is most present is, which one that the age is most present in, as opposed to which one I prefer overall. But the other thing is, I know everybody's going to feel like I'm being super biased because everybody knows how much I love Knob Creek. But this Knob Creek 15-year is beating the Russell's 13 and the ECBP A123, which is less surprising. Pretty much hands down, which is why I'm like needing to pour a little bit more, because I feel like that has come through more so than these are mini Glens, by the way, not full-size Glens. So if you're seeing that and being like, damn, she's drinking a lot. Dude, this is a full-size Glen, this mini Glen. This is my mini Glen. It's the cutest. You can get it at whiskeymountains.com. Look, even with my eyes open, bitches, even with my eyes open, Sony's EV1. Second. I get so defensive about it. Nobody's attacking it. Okay. Sorry. The shush, quiet please is cracking me up. Slightly tipsy is more fun. We order you some chicharron. Yes! Chicharron. I'm so, this is what I love. This is what's so much fun about, having fellow. Can you see so Independent Joe's wife made me that in the background. If I went and grabbed it, y'all would see, how huge my thighs are. So I'm just not doing it. But, there's the Puerto Rico flag in the background of my Whiskey Mountains logo, which I love. But it's just, what's so fun about having that representation. My husband's not Puerto Rican, but he makes such good Puerto Rican food. He's not Cuban or anything either. So, from New Jersey. What? Where the fuck is he from? And Rhode Island. Jeopardy. Oh no, I already read that. Doesn't surprise me. The old Knob Creek is edging the. Yeah, right. Yeah, it's kind of not fair. What that he's never heard me tell him to shush, or never heard me rant about which one is the real USC, because we all know that it's the University of South Carolina, or that Mandalorian is actually really boring this season. Is that what I said? Okay, I really want to try these two again, just as far as the oakiness. Like that is what I'm really curious about, is the oak more present, especially because Knob Creek and Wild Turkey, sorry, Jim Beam and Wild Turkey have the same fucking mash bill. Everybody acts like mash bill is like the biggest, hugest fucking, and the same char level, according to modernthirst.com, and the same char level of the barrel. So like if you're not familiar, when they char the barrel, I think like levels 1 and 2 are basically just like toasted. And then most of the time, if it's like actually charred, it's like levels 3 or 4 kind of thing. That's like where it's like really burnt in kind of thing, and what you normally have for bourbons. So the Jim Beams, most of their product, and Wild Turkey, most of their product, have the same fucking mash bill, 75, 13, 12. I know Jim Beam's like the back of my hand. Let me double check that I said that right, though. Yep, 75, 13, 12. Corn, rye, barley. These are, Knob Creek Pick is 120 proof. This Russell's 13 is a 115 proof. We'll round off. But, like, sorry, I got distracted because somebody said Manda is not that bad. Lil. I will argue with you all. It's not bad. It's not great by a long. And I don't watch a lot of TV, so I just like want the little bit of TV that I watch to be pretty good. And it's your boy. So, what was I saying? Oh, same mash bill, same char level, same state. Obviously, different locations within the state. I don't actually know the cities. I have not been to Kentucky since I was 10. I wasn't allowed to go to whiskey distilleries then. So, like, yeast strain and location, as far as I can tell, like warehouse location, level of the warehouse, etc., are gonna be the big changers. And yet, Knob Creek, I feel like, and Wild Turkey products have very different profiles. Like once you really get into bourbon and are into bourbon, like most of y'all are in the chat, I feel like they have very different profiles, yet it feels like such small things are different between them, and that's what like blows my mind. I don't know. I think that's super cool. I'm a nerd. Well, I've got the chat like fucking defending Mandalorian, so clearly I've got fellow nerds up in here. I've never heard blah blah blah. Episode 7. So remind me what happened. So oh shit, no, don't, because people might not be. So never mind. Because today's I think was episode 8 or 9. I don't know. I've not watched today's. So I have not watched today's. So I'm not caught up. But it's just felt very. Have you ever played a video game and you like want to do this one thing, but like, oh no, first you need to get this one part. So you got to go do this side quest to get the one stupid fucking part. Oh, but you need to get this other part. Oh, you got to get this other person to be on your team. So you got to go do this side quest for them. Oh, you got to get enough money to be able to buy the thing. So you got to go do 3 side quests for that. That is Mandalorian. It's just a whole shit ton of side quests. And I don't even know what the main part is. Nick has heard me rant about this so many times because it drives me nuts. Also, did they run out of light bulbs? Do I need to donate light bulbs? Like, what's the fucking deal? Why is everything so dark 95% of the time? Unless they're out in their bullshit cave with their like, I don't want to insult anybody's religion, but it's not a real religion, so what is the point? Why are y'all so mad he took off his helmet? At least he's doing something with his life. Y'all are just hiding in the cave, doing nothing. I don't understand the point of y'all. So I was gonna try Knob Creek 15-year pick versus the Russell 13-year pick side by side. See which one seems more oaky. And not alienate everybody on my very unpopular opinions on The Mandalorian, which might be biased because I love Star Trek more. So, anyways, the celebrity episode was amusing, but felt like a fucking SNL parody or some shit. Like, I love Lizzo, but like, she should not go into acting. I was bizarre. I was confused. I mean, it was fun. It was fun. And I'll probably look back at it. I think I'm just frustrated with the whole season. So it annoyed me because I'm like, so we still don't have a plot. Okay. Anyways, this is the way. What is the way exactly? What is the point of their way? Like, I don't get it. Okay. Let me. Ooh. I will say ranting makes your whiskey smell better, apparently. Really brings out the nose. Okay. If I look totally weird, most of y'all already know this, but it is a thing to smell your own skin to help reset your nose because you're most familiar with yourself. It is very much a thing. What's up, William Hall? How's it going, buddy? How you doing? I felt like you said something. Okay. And Deathless Dog said he doesn't like Star Wars at all. Wait. Most like any of it? I mean, I'm Star Trek over Star Wars all day, every fucking day. But I do enjoy Star Wars, like, and have watched most of the series, not all of it, all the movies multiple times, but most of the series, not all of the series. I don't have Apple TV, but I've heard about Ted Lasso, and it sounds like it's better than Mandalorian. So I'll agree. I keep wondering how the standard Mandalorian smells, but oh my god, are you kidding? Right? Like they do a bunch of they stink. And then they can't even take off their helmets, so they're like trapped and they stink. So somebody was asking the other night, I think I was ranting on Livewire where I won the championship. And somebody was asking, they were like, wait, the one guy has a kid, but like they can't even take off their helmet. I'm like, you can't take off your helmet. Doesn't mean you can't take off like other parts. Do you think they like go to the shower with just their helmet on? That'd be hilarious. Well, they probably don't have, I don't know. That cave looks sketchy. They probably do have community showers. Anyways. Oh man, Andor was amazing. Diego Luna is one of my heroes. I like if he does anything, I'm down. Like I adore Diego Luna. He's a Mexican actor. He's got like that full thick accent. He's just wonderful. So good. I loved Rogue One, mainly because of him. Though I felt Jyn Erso got way too much credit, and totally different rant. Andor was so good. So about this now Creek and Russell's. Knob Creek 15 years picks are so good. It's just not fair. Okay. I do think the oak actually is much more present on the Russell's 13. I think it's also why I don't like it as much. I think combined with that turkey funk, which is like that hay note. Look at me getting back to focused on whiskey. But like the hay note is kind of drying, and I enjoy the Russell's 13. But the hay note's kind of drying, and then the age and oak kind of adds to that drying. I don't know why my internet is slowing down. Sorry, do I still sound okay? Nick, if you're on the internet, get off the internet. I'm plugged in. Hopefully that stops. Yes, I should make this a t-shirt. Whiskeymountains.com. Coming to a website near you. That is a website. You can buy merch there. But that slogan is not a thing. How do I do that without getting in trouble with Star Wars. You know, the lesser star. Severance? All I can think of is Severus, like as in Severus Snape. If you got Apple Plus, check out Severus. Oh, y'all watching so many TV shows. I'm currently rewatching Star Trek Next Generation, and I watch a lot of Agatha Christie shows from like the 80s and 90s. So I'm probably also a terrible judge. So everybody can ignore my rant. Not that anybody cares. Video is like you drink too much. I mean, that is also, the video is just trying to meet up. Okay, at least I sound fine. It would be much worse. And I think now it's back to normal. So it was just a little thing. Use the same song. Esto es la vida? Maybe? I need a fluent. I'll call my mom and dad and get both of their interpretations because they always give me different, like, translations of things. I called my dad one time and I was like, hey, like, what's the Spanish word for a sandwich? And he's like, oh, mira, es el sandwich, bitch. That's not the Spanish word for it. That's just y'all stealing the English word for it and doing nothing with it except giving it a gender. Stop motion animation is all the rage. Exactly. Christine Vasco does buy all the merch. She's like my like she models the merch, like the shirts, the pillows, everything. She's bomb. Agatha Christie. Lil, do you like Agatha Christie? Like shows or books? Because you can listen to most of the books for free on YouTube. Fun fact. Not that I do that when I have long experiments or anything. So I've made my choices. I feel like Russell's, the oak is much more present, which makes sense, partly because it kind of combines with their turkey funk and the drying thing. Knob Creek, to me, maybe I should have done it or do it some other time somehow, totally blind, because it'll come off as biased. But truly, even multiple blind flights, people have seen it in competitions where somebody sent me the samples kind of thing. Like, so for my palate, Knob Creek just balances out the oak really well. ECBP just did not compete with these two, at least, even though I really enjoy ECBPs. I think it would be interesting if I could do something similar with Buffalo Trace, because Buffalo Trace does have a very sweet profile. And I feel like that sweet profile might balance out the oak more, but without like digging in and doing more research, it was going to be harder to figure out just because most of the bottles that I own, at least of Buffalo Trace, are not age stated. So like I have a couple of Stack Juniors, I have a couple of EHTs actually. I've got Eagle Rare, regular Buffalo Trace, but it's just like I'd have to do more research to figure out their age statements and try and find, like equivalence and proof, which would also be a bit all over the place. So, me. Esto es la forma. I could see that. Esa es la forma. Forma just, yeah, I guess. Esta es la forma. It just doesn't have the same ring. It's funny how some things have a better ring in Spanish, some things have a better ring in English. That's one of those things. Agatha Christie fan? Okay, now I'm like, I've been wanting to do, last year for Star Wars Day, I did a really fun stream where I matched whiskeys to different characters, like from Star Wars. So, and I also definitely ranted a decent amount in that because I hate Anakin Skywalker so much. Like teenager one, Hayden Christensen one. Like he's so creepy. Anyways, so I've been trying to think of other things. And Nick and I have done this with like Hamilton and Star Trek, but I feel like not as many people know those characters as they do Star Wars. But maybe I could do Agatha Christie too. That would be fun. I don't know. I'm trying to find another thing to do it with. What? I love Knob Creek? That's crazy. Hey, Katie Turk. What's up? Hi, Dad. I didn't see. Okay, I'm like, have I ignored Drifting Drams or no? Okay, cool. I've been like chatting with him about Brandon Sanderson because we're reading the same book by him. He's just like the best author. I wish more people knew him so I could do a stream on characters from his books because he writes the best characters. It's still early for Dawn. I found that out earlier. I have been laying on Monday through Thursday. That's smart too. We've got a whole 2 days so far. Love it. Okay. I do still need to do the Patreon giveaway. So, but the other thing I did want to mention, I have a terrible memory, so I write things down for me to remember. I did already mention that the Alzheimer's fundraiser is happening again this July, which I'm super excited for. So if you are interested in donating a bottle, please email me. I'm going to go ahead and put that back up here. It's also in the description. Both my Instagram and like if you just want to DM me on Instagram or email me kind of thing. That'll be awesome. Like, that is what really makes this fundraiser so successful. But that'll be in July. Every single penny of that goes to the Alzheimer's Association. As of right now, I am still, none of my research is funded by the Alzheimer's Association. So no, oh, there's a word. There's a word, and like almost every fucking science talk I go to starts with it, and I can't think of it. But whatever the word is, it's completely gone. Anyways, there's no conflict of interest. That's the word. There's no conflict of interest there or anything. I raise this money because Alzheimer's means a lot to me. So that'll be in July. So anytime from here until the fundraiser, as we get closer, I'll post more details and everything. But also, even if you can't donate a bottle, you can always donate to the fundraiser and be entered for one of the bottles. And or even if trust me, as a not that long ago graduate student and now just a postdoc, very much get that the budget can be tight. Even if you can't, donate to the fundraiser in July, just be there, spread the word kind of thing. All of that freaking helps. So also doing this helps. Just saying. So and John T, thank you. Thank you, Michael S. I'm like, there's a word for this. What is the word? Yes, that is the Steel Heart. Brandon Sanderson is the author of Steel Heart, even though that's actually the one book I've not read by him. Stormlight is my favorite series. Mistborn is also amazing. Those are the two I highly recommend to everybody. Elantris, a good one book on its own. Bro, September 8th is Star Trek Day, so you can pair whiskey with those characters. That is an excellent idea, because you know what else September 8th is? It's also my birthday. I was born on Star Trek Day. I was born to be a Trekkie. So 100%. I should check and see what day of the week September 8th is going to be this year. Last year I was in Vegas, and I think I streamed on like a Thursday or something afterwards when I'd lost my voice. And it was a bit of a shit show stream, I think, but it was fun. So, okay, I'm going to go ahead and do the Patreon giveaway. Oh, look at that. 39 people. Now people are watching when I'm just like, I'm drunk. I have done some things. I've done 3 mini blinds. But let me do the Patreon giveaway, and then I'll give a wrap up. So I have a list here. Oh, here. I normally share the screen, which means I have to zoom back out so that I can see all the options. I have to zoom in to be able to see the chat. Present? Yeah, there it is. Share screen. Oh, does this not feel like every fucking Zoom meeting you've been in since 2020? And it's the word. Oh, look at that. I can share that specific Chrome tab. Okay, so hopefully y'all are seeing this. All I do is I'm randomizing it once, and whoever is in the top spot at that moment is the winner. Oh, Clifton McDaniel, Bourbon Bites. Okay, awesome. So, and basically he will be winning. He can choose either a piece of merch or 4 samples from my collection, which I just updated my whiskey library to make sure that the previous, oh, here we go with the internet, that the previous winner could choose wisely, basically. So, but that is awesome. So you can support me on Patreon, which is super fucking helpful. I am a postdoc researcher. The government literally only allows us to be paid so much, and it's not much. So every little bit helps, especially when it comes to gas and website fees and Canva fees, editing fees, all those things kind of deal. So recap on what I have done so far. Also, are there any other lives going right now for me to send people to, or should I just? Oh, look, Leo Chavez here, the previous patron giveaway winner. I was just saying that my whiskey library is officially up to date for this because of you. So what I did earlier was I compared a Knob Creek 9-year and 15-year pick, blind for me, a Russell's 9.5 pick and 13-year pick, blind for me, and an ACBP 12-year, the A123, and then an 8-year pick, So these were all like pretty much, barrel proof or close to. And I kind of was just interested in like how the oak comes forward for all of them. What I found was compared to Russell's and Up Creek, honestly, ECBP just couldn't compete. Just which is funny because I love both of these bottles by themselves, but like when it came to the others, it was really hard to compare them. So now I'm trying that last drop of I don't know. Everything just feels less balanced, which is bizarre because I honestly really do love ECBPs. I'll post a pic on my Instagram story of my ECBP collections so y'all can understand that I'm not as biased towards Knob Creek as you think I am. Though granted, I'm pretty biased towards Knob Creek, I'm not gonna lie. So, okay, so they're both still live. Cool. I knew that Hello Again Whiskey Friends was going live with Hindo at the same time. So, and I knew that Mash and Drum was not going. So if anybody wants to drop their links, your girl is a bit tipsy. I am gonna finish, particularly the Russell's 13, and honestly, the Russell's 9.5-year pick was pretty good. But that 15-year Knob Creek pick, it makes me want to cry because I know I'm never gonna find another bottle. Like I was, thank God, Mash and Drum and Bourbon, who's now Whiskey Uncensored, both were super, super fucking generous and kind and hooked me up with Knob Creek 15-year picks. Both of them are about this low. It's been a while since I've had both of them. And I'm just like so sad that this will, I mean, I don't know, they'll do some sort of special fucking release and it'll be 3 times the fucking price and you'll have to hunt it down. I'm sad that it's going to be so hard to find something like this again. And things are getting younger, more people are getting into bourbon, blah, 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 blah. Which is what it is. Just so good. So good. Hold on. There was one other thing I wanted to mention before I finished was this Friday on Matt Madness. I already lost on Matt Madness. I cannot believe I lost. Had I remembered to give my bottle guess, which was a Coy Hill, I would have been fucking right. And I would have fucking won and beat David from Shelf Turds. David knows that I would give him this if it was person to person. But this Friday on Matt Madness, my buddy Mike Stahl from Livewire Whiskey, who I just won the championship on their channel, is going to be on. So y'all should definitely check it out if you can. It's at 9 p.m. Eastern, I think. I'm Mountain Time, so I always have to translate. But pretty sure it's 9 p.m. Eastern, ADHD Whiskey. It's always super, super fun. So y'all should definitely check it out. It's funny you mentioned that. I feel like I've shoved it down people's throats a little bit already tonight. But yes, in July, I'm going to be doing my Alzheimer's fundraiser again. The first year I did it, I think I almost cried or just cried a little bit on stream because I raised like over $10,000 the first year. And then last year raised $16,000, which was insane. And every penny of that goes to the Alzheimer's fundraiser or Alzheimer's Association. And that money goes towards research and support systems for caretakers and families. So awesome. Thank you. You're the best. Little ago. Yeah, coming up in July. So I'll be on live before that for sure a good few times. I'll hang out on other people's channels. And I will be, sorry about the Alzheimer's emails. And I will be releasing more videos now that Avalanche season is coming to a close, even though like a couple of the major roads to all the trails are still closed because of avalanches. But I've been drinking pretty high proof whiskey for an hour and 40 minutes now. So, and I got no more topics to talk to y'all about. I've already ranted about Mandalorian. So y'all go check out either Hello Again Whiskey Friends is on live with Will Henderson, who's just like an awesome part of the community, buddy from Georgia who hikes and actually helped me pick out my whole hammock backpacking setup kind of thing. or Tipsy Whiskey Shenanigans, which is a newer compared to a lot of our channels, smaller channel kind of thing, but super fun. So I will see y'all on the other side. Did I miss anything? Did I forget anything? Probably forgot something. I'll remember it later after I've eaten. So Aiden, I mean, when it comes to the Alzheimer's fundraiser, yes. You have the link for the Alzheimer's fundraiser? No, I'll start getting that set up though. I'll so whiskeymountains.com, it'll definitely be on. I'll definitely put it onto my Patreon page. And when it's set up, I'll also start putting it in descriptions of videos kind of thing. So, but normally on my actual website where I sell merch and stuff, whiskeymountains.com, I have a page and very, very easy to find link to the Alzheimer's fundraiser. So I will make sure my new one should be set up, and I'll make sure that link and everything is set up. So, and it doesn't matter how early you donate or how late you donate, as long as before the actual giveaway stream, you will be entered for the giveaway. So putting that out there. So I'm so excited for it. I can't wait. Like, y'all know, it's like why I do what I do. It's why I do my job. It's part of why I do my whiskey channel. It's everything to me. So, and I really appreciate everybody's support for it. So I will see y'all, I'm sure, on some live streams and some upcoming videos and everything, but also in May, maybe for a Star Wars stream, in which case there will be a lot of ranting. Let's be honest. I should go catch up on Mandalorian. My husband's probably mad we haven't done that yet. So, now Creek 15-year pick for the Salud. Salud, thank you so much, y'all. Oh, I almost pressed the wrong